All right, guys. Next order of business, okay? Next order of business. Let me go ahead and show it because everyone loves it. Everyone was hype about it. We got our first alley-oop. Go ahead and enjoy it. There we go. There we go. I'll be honest, from the angle watching it on, I was watching on my phone. It actually looked more impressive. It looked like it was way more contact, but it was still a little contact. Still a little contact. What do you do right here? You just have to be crazy athletic to be able to stop this. You see, was there any... Chris Paul's so good, dude. He's so good. By the way, this group that was out there at this time was really great together. I like Chris Paul with Castle and Wemby. I'm thinking that what we start with, though, our starters, Castle won't be in the starting lineup. But I would not be surprised if they end games with Castle in the lineup, right? That would be cool. You see their yickety tack after the game. I'd have no idea what you're talking about, Blake. Oh, Bold? How do you say your last name? Good night, Clan. I just saw that. Good night, Ruru. All right, let's take a look. And thank you for the super chat, Ruru. It means a lot to me. On my birthday, mind you. I'm up late like this on my birthday, guys. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, oh my goodness, how long is this gonna be? All right, we're speeding this bad boy up, y'all. We speeding this bad boy up. What are we gonna do? 1.5? Let's see how 1.5 treats us. All right, so this is Chris Paul after the game. I can't hear a word. Can y'all hear it? Hold on.
Watch the game the other night.
Oh God.
It was also nice to play against somebody different. We was practicing against each other for a while.
All right, hold on. Hold on. I wasn't expecting to be that bad. Happy birthday, family. Thanks, man. All right. We got to do... I wanted to do the bootleg version. We can't do the bootleg version. I thought it would be more authentic. I don't know. I got a little too cute there. Kind of like Wemby during this game. I just got a little too cute. All right. Here we go.
Fire away, guys.
How did it feel to be out there tonight?
It was good.
No closed captions. The other ones had closed captions. So. All right.
It was really good. It was nice to play. Obviously, I got a chance to watch the game the other night, but it was also nice to play against somebody different. We've been practicing against each other for a while now, so it's nice.
Happy birthday. Thanks, man.
Said earlier that being on the court with you is reassuring because
Happy birthday,
it's like
wishing
you
you
have
many
control
more.
on the
Thank
court,
you.
and you're one more teammate that he can rely on in tough moments. But what's it like for you being in the Spurs uniform for the first time?
Is that Carolina? I'm pretty sure that's Carolina, Teague. Hold on, I want to hear the question again.
Wow, now, so it's nice.
Chris, Victor said earlier that being on the court with you is reassuring because it seems like you have control on the court and you're one more teammate that he can rely on in tough moments. But what's it like for you being in the Spurs uniform for the first time being on the court with Victor?
I didn't change uniforms quite a lot the past few years. You know what I mean? But playing here with this group of guys, being out there with Vic, Harrison, who I know for a long time, playing for Pop, obviously, it's a very unique and special experience.
How would you characterize the two-man game between you and Vic right now?
We just trying to...
It's not even there yet, right? Like, this we're like, how do you categorize the two-man game? It's not even there yet. There's no connection yet at all, honestly. I thought that those two together were quite sloppy. Like, we could have fun and say, hey, wasn't it cool that we saw alley-oop? But, man... they were terrible together.
Figure it out.
I'm not saying that this is like a done deal. Like, obviously they're going to be great. They're two great players. They're going to learn to play together. But this game alone, they were terrible together. I don't know. The best play between those two was when Chris Paul gave an off-ball screen for Julian Champagnie. Julian Champagnie went to the corner and Wemby dished it out, a dime in the corner for three. That was great. That's those two working pretty well together. But other than that, I don't know. A lot of it was sloppy, man.
You know, the league, I'm sure a lot of y'all been around a long time. Used to be a month-long training camp. We had 3 practices, 3-4 practices. You know what I mean? So you got to figure it out on the go. And I think that's what's cool about
That's a good point too.
playing with somebody as good and smart as Vic. You know, we was running out to the court at halftime. We were talking, and he was like, "You're going to see quick. I learn fast." You know, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
He did say that. I don't know if he said that. I do know that that's true. That's what I meant to say. That is true. Wemby learns very fast. We went over that specific story over. It was a coach. Can't remember the coach's name, but it was a coach during COVID days in which they were Zoom calling, and they were actually like shocked how quick Wemby was able to learn something and then move on to the next thing and build upon that and build upon that. And he's like, we're not even in person, and you're able to do this through Zoom is very impressive. Very impressive. Happy 35th birthday. I'm not 35. I'm 30.
I feel that first lob you made took pretty dumb.
Yeah, I got caught in the air. I was in trouble.
Yeah, it was Tim Martin. I think it was Tim Martin. Yeah, it was Tim Martin.
You know, and it's nice to look over there and see him, you know, to bail you out.
There were a couple of times it looked like you were looking for the lob before you got to midcourt. Is that, if he's under there, under the basket, and you're that far away, that kind of is available?
Yeah, but I mean, those who know, with the talent that he has and the amount of attention that he garners, there's going to be some times where he's actually a decoy. You know, everyone's always going to.
This is so true, and this is why Chris Paul being on this team is super important. Because like I said, he was seeing the second and the third reads, right? It was second and third reads. He was dishing out. People are going to get so many easier shots now that he's on the court. Everyone wants to see the lobs, and we're going to get a lot of lobs, but this is what's really important right here. The fact that everyone is going to be able to get a shot. No, I'm not 35.
To be focused on him and how can they stop him, and hopefully we use that to our advantage at times. And Vic is such an unselfish guy that I know that he understands that already. In transition, when he runs, 3 people literally run to him. So there's gonna be times where we get open shots, and obviously there'll be a lot of times where we do throw it up to him so he can finish. But we all just gonna keep trying to figure it out.
So we're gonna ask like 6 questions about lobs, I guess. But like you've thrown them to 100 different people probably in your career. Is it different throwing one when you do throw one to Vic? Is it different? You have to get it higher. Like, is that stuff you have to sort of?
I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There ain't been but like 2. That might have been like the second one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's the game is tough. You know, especially going into games. A lot of people think it's just gonna be lob, but there's a lot of just regular fundamental basketball that we got to play in order to hopefully at some point get to that.
Everyone is excited. Everybody's excited about the lobs, man. But it's who cares? Doesn't really matter that much. I mean, lobs are cool, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of easy 3-point shots from guys. And having people that know how to space the floor well is essential. And I think Sohan, Harrison Barnes, and Champagnie all do a phenomenal job of knowing when to cut, when to stay where they're at, you know, when to maneuver around the perimeter. They do a great job. All of them do a great job.
How is that roll gravity going to affect guys like Julian and Sandro? They were firing away.
Man, as it should be. You know, early in the game, you know, One time Vic ran and Julian spotted up, you know, and the way he shoots the ball, I think that's going to open up everything for everybody.
One reason why there might be so many lob questions, Chris, is because there was a time here last year when the question was, why don't they lob the ball to Vic anymore? Like, it should be easier than that. But can you speak to, like, it's more complex than
it is. Right? It is more complex than that, you know, and I think at the end of the day, everybody here.
And by the way, a lot of passes Chris Paul threw at Wemby were ugly. So I think that it shows with him being one of the greatest point guards to ever walk this earth, for him to struggle to figure out how to give Wemby the ball speaks volumes, okay? It's tough. No one's ever played with a player like this before. Because even he had some where it was like, ugh. I mean, yeah, it's like just throw it up, but it wasn't the best possible play in that situation, I don't think, you know? But, yeah.
Our first priority is to win games, you know, and
True.
If the lives come and we win, so be it, you know, but I think there is a lot more to it, and at times they're going to happen just because he is who he is, you know. But fundamentally, I know that everybody here is trying to make the right play.
On the other end of the court,
That's
with
true.
Victor, how good can you guys be defensively?
That was the point last season. Everybody had the right mentality. You know, it's just no one was selfish. That's what really bothered me. Oh man, that really made me angry when people started saying like, this player's selfish. This player needs to know that they're not the man in the house. They need to make sure that they need to know that they're not the guy. It's like, shut up. No one's thinking like that. At least from what I've seen from this team. Weird narratives. It was terrible narratives. Terrible narratives. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be honest with you. We've had players before that thought they were the guy, right? I thought that even when we had Steven Jackson back in the day, I thought that he was kind of weird when it came to that. I thought he was a little selfish, but we had good enough players around him that, you know, we could still be successful. Same thing with, well, to be honest, Tony Parker did it sometimes. Tony Parker did do it sometimes. But Tony was so talented that you can kind of deal at times. He never thought he was over Duncan, I'll tell you that much. And then I think DeJounte Murray did it often, but it didn't really matter because we were already a mediocre team. And, you know, you just kind of leaning on him at that point. Who cares that, you know, he didn't find the open guy at the end when he hit the mid-range shot that tied the game. Like, no one cared. But I thought DJ always thought that he was over the team. Yeah. Casual just jumping on the hate train. I mean, really. I mean, good guy. Last season was so irritating. Sohan's a great player. Sohan's a great player, and he's also a great teammate. He never came across as selfish throughout his entire basketball career. He didn't do it at Baylor either.
Just talking about that being a big point of emphasis.
It's so crazy because
Yes. Yeah, Jackson think he's better than Manu, Tony, and all of them. Except Duncan.
Is one thing, but when you see Paolo dribble in there and think he got a lane, and then everybody just starts sort of kicking it out, you know, we all have to be ready, right? Because he covers up so many mistakes that it'll put us in the rotations, you know. So it's all a learning process for us, and we're gonna keep trying to figure it out.
Staying on the defensive side of things, Chris, you see a lot of effort from the young guys playing defense. Is that something you've seen before on teams that you played with? It seems to be a, you know, part of the corporate knowledge.
Yeah, defense is always a staple. The thing that
Also, I'm sorry guys, I'm pausing a lot, but things are coming to my mind. Another thing that I saw, another narrative that I saw this, you know, just over the past week, was people saying like, I'm not sure, like my chat in particular was like, Clan, I'm not sure if we should play Wemby a lot in the preseason or play Chris Paul a lot in the preseason. But I think that's super important. I think that's really important because you can't just start up the regular season and now we're trying to figure things out, because as Chris Paul has already said, we haven't had a lot of practices and you don't get as many practices as you did back in the day. So these preseason games are basically practice, and good practice at that. You know, you're actually competing to try to win a game. And even Wemby has said it, right? Wemby said before the season started, on the preseason started, he was like, it starts in the preseason. We got to start winning in the preseason. So they taking it serious. You can't just sit them and wait for, and worry about injuries. Like, I think that's a good way to injure him for him not to be ready for the regular season.
Our coaches, Pop, everybody's been harping on since day one is communication. You know, as my late coach Skip Prosser used to say, it's a team game played by individuals. So yeah, you got to play man to man and guard your guy, but you need to play team defense too.
Chris, this was your first game in front of the fans tonight. You got a good reception. How have you felt that love from the fans? And did you know there's 2 murals in your honor in San Antonio?
Did not know it was 2 murals. I know of one. I saw it on
There's
social
2?
media this summer, which I'm grateful for. The fans have been amazing. Fans, even when I played on other teams, right? Even back
We're
to
gonna have to
playoffs,
find that
08,
second one.
They still, even though they root against you, the fans here have always been gracious. You know what I mean? Like really just genuine.
Yeah, that's true. Spurs fans are pretty great about it. I'll be real with you guys. Like I say this all the time. I'm not from San Antonio. I've been to it's the Frost Center now, but AT&T Center when I went. Don't really like it that much. The fans are cool. You guys are cool. We're all pretty cool. Pretty nice. That's why it was kind of shocking that Pop like got onto fans about booing Kawhi, because they don't boo anybody. Okay, Kawhi kind of, at least he deserved it. I don't know.
When basketball fans, and I've always appreciated that. It's a lot of employees that work on the other side that I've gotten to know over the years that Hell, I need to actually go see because I'm on this side now. But there's a lot of familiar faces that I get a chance to see here. That's pretty cool.
You got to see those murals yet in person?
I haven't. Somebody gotta let me know where they at, and I'll pull up.
Chris, in the short time that you've been here, has anybody stood out to you, teammates, something that surprised you or that you kind of stood out?
Nah, everybody in their own way. I think anytime you change teams or go to a new situation, you're just curious to see how people are as people, aside from basketball first. And this is such a great group of guys, you know. And so when that's the case, that makes basketball even more fun because everybody's receptive. Everybody like.
I saw Harrison Ingram. I love Harrison Ingram. Saw Harrison Ingram get a rebound, pump fake, put it back up, and probably could have got fouled there. I don't know. But then he put up a flex, right? He started flexing, and you could see the whole bench was flexing. And then when he went on the bench, you know, everyone was flexing and cheering him on. And Devin Vassell went up and talked to him. So we already have a lot of chemistry.
Just it's not always like that. Everybody here, they're good human beings. You know what I mean?
True. Clan, you think CP3 and Wemby going to play another preseason game? Yeah, they should. How many more we got? They should play. I mean, there's several days until Saturday. Yeah, they better.
And obviously this is the Spurs and you expect nothing less, but everybody works hard and everybody actually wants to see each other win. So it makes it easy to come to the gym every day.
Wemby said that the first person he sees in the gym is Sohan. Just saying.
Like 10 times tonight.
Limited minutes though? Yeah, probably like 20. Like tonight. I think they play like 20.
That level of aggression, physicality from him in camp and in practice.
Yeah. I actually told him one time tonight I kicked the ball ahead to him and he didn't drive. And I said, "What you doing, man? Every time you go in there, something good happens."
Wait, who we talking about?
Aggression, physicality.
Come to the gym every day.
Steph Castle guys are like 10 times.
Oh, Steph Castle. Got it.
Have you seen that level of aggression, physicality from him in camp and in practice?
Yeah. I actually told him one time tonight I kicked the ball ahead to him and he didn't drive. And I said, "What you doing, man? Every time you go in there, something good happens." You know, so it's been great because I'm a basketball fan, so I watched him play in college. So to get a chance to be his teammate and to see him develop day in and day out has been fun too.
Being with Vic now for a couple of days, have you learned any French yet?
You put me on the spot.
I'm gonna do for mine.
We. Yeah. Start with that. But what does it say? I say, "What's up?"
I'm sure he's cursing in French.
No. We ain't doing none of that. But dang, he gonna be mad because he taught me how to say "What's up." Say, I don't know. Ask me next time. No. Yes. Ça dit quoi? Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Yeah.
Comment ça va? I'm reading the chat. All right, that was good. That was cool. All right, we got some other stuff to get to. Let's get out of this. Nothing really to harp on here. Chris Paul is great. He's awesome, and he helps everybody. Good stuff.